Hello, everybody out there. My name is Ethan Dean, and today I'm going to attempt to be your teacher for Surviving Post-High School 101, the shit they should have taught you while you were in high school. For today's topic, I did want to talk about trade schools. I do feel like trade schools is something that I know personally I did not hear very much about in school, if at all. It is a definite area that people can go into. I know there's a lot of opportunities and job openings within different trades right now. I have friends that work in different trades, and they tell me all the time, they need people to come to school, they need people to fill these jobs, and they pay pretty dang well. So the idea of doing this video is kind of break down what trade schools are, the different things within them, and kind of just give you the general information. I do kind of have a cheat sheet in front of me, so excuse me if I do glance down from time to time, but there is no way in God's name I'm going to remember all this information because it is a lot of stuff. So, to jump right into it, what are trade schools? Essentially, trade schools are going to be a program, a class, a school where you go and you learn about a specific trade, career, or job. They can range from like a plumber, electrician, HVAC person, like what else is there? I know that there's like an elevator technician. There's a lot of different careers that are within trade schools, auto mechanic, stuff like that. Essentially speaking, when you go in there, you're going to learn everything you need to know about your specific job. You're not learning about philosophy. You're not learning about math. I mean, you might learn a little bit about math. You're not learning about a bunch of other stuff, English, public speaking, that you might not necessarily need to use within whatever career you try and get an eventual degree in if you're in a traditional university setting. Whereas in a trade school, you're literally learning knowledge about whatever job you're going to go perform out in the world. So, now, some of the things that I think are important to go over is the requirements. Obviously, as far as requirements go, it's going to be high school diploma, GED, or if you don't have one of those, it's going to be a general placement test to get into the trade school. Every single school is going to differ on what they require, so I would recommend looking into the specific school that you might want to go to see what the requirements are. But again, even if you don't have a GED or high school diploma, there's still the opportunity for a lot of them to be able to take like a general placement test to be able to get in. From there, the financial side of things. This is where I think trade schools really shine as far as how much they cost. Your average trade school is going to cost between $5,000 and $15,000 for the entire program. Now, why is this important? Because the average program is from 3 months to 24 months, or 3 months to 2 years. Your average college experience for a bachelor's degree is going to take actually 5 years of actual time. If you didn't know that and you're in college already, it's going to take you 5 years worth of classes at the pace they expect you to go. But regardless, so the reason why this is important is that your typical 1 year within a typical university, average cost in the United States is $10,000 per year. That's not including your books, your rent, your food, whatever else you want to do with your life. That is just for tuition. So your average, like total bachelor's degree cost, average, is going to be between $40,000 to $60,000 for your 4 or 5 years there. Whereas with taking or going to a trade school, the max cost you could really incur, and I say max because I'm sure that someone out there is going to have a class that's $5,001 for the actual thing. But for the entire program, the max it's going to cost you is $15,000 on average. And that could be up to 2 years, as small as 3 months. Really depends on what you're trying to go and do. But obviously, I feel like the longer you're there, the more it's going to cost you. But imagine your actual cost at that point in time would, at like a maximum time frame, would be $7,500 per year, which is still going to be $2,500 less than what you're actually paying for a 4-year university for 1 year of school. So right there, you're saving money, you're saving time, because the max program is going to take you about 2 years. So right there, I think there are some great positive benefits of going into a trade school versus going into a traditional university or college setting. As far as like scholarships, federal aid, student aid, stuff like that, it is going to all be through FAFSA, just like you would apply for it for like a regular 4-year university, or like you would apply for it for a community college, wherever else you want to go. The thing that I would tell you is that all the financial aid that you can get, for almost all the schools, for almost all like the programs, you have to be enrolled for over 15 weeks. So essentially what that means, you have to be there for at least, 2 quarters, or I guess 1 semester if you're looking at like semester schools, but you have to be there for essentially 15 weeks or more to actually qualify for student aid. A lot of those student aids that are available are going to be resources that you're going to need to find out through your actual trade school. The thing about trade schools is that they're going to be able to give you information on scholarships they offer, FAFSA information, different loans you can get. A lot of times if the courses are less than 15 weeks, the only option you do have is federal loans. But again, if you fill out that FAFSA, you have that information in there, you're at least going to have the ability to take out loans if you can't afford it. But again, with trade schools, the cost and the barrier to entry as far as like being able to pay for it is obviously significantly less, especially in the long term, over that of someone going to a traditional 4-year university or college. The thing I would tell you is that kind of like the income potential, because I think a lot of times we sit here and we talk about trade schools, and I guess we didn't talk about it in high school, so that's what we're talking about today. But a lot of times when you think of people that are doing like as like a plumber, electrician, HVAC technician, whatever it may be, we think that like, God, these people don't make very much money, or they don't make enough money, or someone makes a lot more money than them. But in reality, 15 to 20% more is what you can expect to earn over your lifetime, having gone to a trade school and getting your certificate and getting excuse me, and getting qualified to work in whatever type of career you want to do, over someone who just has a high school diploma or a GED. And that's on average. And the reason why I say it's on average is that I'm going to give you some facts and figures as far as like some of the higher end careers or jobs within going to a trade school and coming out with your like degree, diploma, certificate, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to read these off because I'm not going to remember them obviously, and I can't I guess real quick read it and then recite it back to you. So we have a radiation therapist. On average, they make about $85,000 per year. We have an elevator installer or repairer, again, about $85,000 per year. Dental hygienist, about $76,000 per year on average. A diagnostic medical sonographer, which again, I guess is just a sonographer in my summation, makes about $69,000 to $70,000 per year. And obviously, as you go down, people can make less money than that there is going to be a pretty big range. I wanted to give some of the higher earning ones. The other thing you have to realize too is if you're someone who starts in like HVAC, starts as an electrician, a plumber, you have the ability to branch off and start your own company, start your own business, and really create something bigger for yourself. I've met multiple people who I know who are in those different fields, just right off the top of my head, who started out working for someone after they got out of their trade school. They worked there for 5 to 10 years. They got their experience. They really knew what they were doing. And they branched off, started their own business, started their own company, and they were able to, at this point in time, be making over 6 figures a year, having a crew of people working for them because of the fact that they went to trade school. They got their experience, like job experience, working for someone else. They were able to branch out, start their own thing, and be successful. So there is that opportunity for you to make more money, have your own business, and be able to work more of your own hours versus working for somebody else, like long-term down the road. So again, at the end of the day, it's kind of the quick recap as far as like my thoughts and like the information I feel like is pertinent or important for you to know about trade schools. Again, at the end of the day, all you really have to do is apply. You just have to apply. Most of the times, like I said, your basic requirements are going to get you in. And the reason why I want to talk about trade schools, like I said again, is I have a lot of friends in those fields. They're hurting. They need people. They need people to work those jobs. They're paying really well to get people in. Sometimes they're getting discounts when you go to trade schools because they need people now, not later. And it definitely is another opportunity for people to spend less money, invest less time into something, and have the potential to, right after high school or shortly after high school, or if you're a young adult watching this, have the ability to go make more money than working somewhere else, especially with the amount of time that you have to actually invest into doing it and the amount of money. It definitely sets you up in a lot of ways to be more successful than if you don't go to school at all. And in some cases, it very well could set you up, depending on who you are and what you want to accomplish with your life, set you up to be more successful than a lot of people who come out of schools with different degrees that aren't going to be as helpful for them to get jobs or something along those lines. So that is what I have as far as these videos go. The whole idea of doing these like teaching 101, the shit they should have taught you in high school videos. The whole idea is to inform people, help them have more information. Because I know when I graduated high school and during my senior and junior year, I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know about all these options. I didn't know how to do a lot of stuff. It was very intimidating. And most people have told me the same thing along doing these videos and the other interviews I've done for the Greater Than Careers videos. So again, the whole idea is to help people, provide some quality free information, and really hopefully impact people in a positive way, give them more opportunities, and essentially speaking, just provide more people to do better things, to be greater than, and to elevate themselves to higher levels than they thought they could possibly go to before. So again, my name is Ethan Dean. This is part of the Greater Than Careers videos, and hopefully you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, feel free to message me directly, whether it's via the website, DM me in one of the social media channels that I have, or however you want to get a hold of me, comment on the video, however you want to do it. Feel free to reach out. The whole idea, again, is to help people elevate themselves, support them, answer questions if you have anything about this topic, something else. If you're someone in high school who is feeling a little lost, feel free to reach out with your questions, comments, whatever you got for me. So again, you guys have a great day. Stay healthy, stay safe, and remember, above all, be greater than. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.